This is our land, the land of my ancestors. It was given to us 400 years ago.
Kubala, Kubala.
Ilizwe
Siona.
is here. Blessed be the King of the North. Blessed be the Holy One of David.
The self-styled King of Kubala, who faces eviction from a camp in Scots Woods, is a failed businessman, we can reveal. 36-year-old Kofi Agyeman Ofe was director of entertainment, retail, property and performing arts firms, which were struck off before he reinvented himself as leader of an African tribe. His partner, mum of 7, Jean Gashaw, who calls herself Queen Nandi, was also involved in some of the doomed enterprises. Ofe, who has proclaimed himself King Atahene, previously posed as a millionaire entrepreneur in flash suits as he claimed to mix with super rich clients. Now he wears rags and a crown of sticks while living with Gashaw and their handmaiden in a tent in Jedburgh in the Scottish borders, where he lies that he's a messiah descended from the Bible's King David. In 2021, his missus boasted that he was a property magnate with a fortune to his name. Gashaw claimed in her blog, "My husband within a year has acquired 10 properties to his name. He now runs an empire and in assets, he is now a millionaire in his own right. He gets properties that need renovation and invests thousands into them, making them look gold. Today he is a millionaire king and I can't help but give thanks."
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to AfroSpectrum, the voice that cuts through the noise. Today, I'm about to expose one of the loudest hypocrisies in Africa. Get ready because this one is going to ruffle feathers. On one side, we have Kofi Agyeman Ofe, a Ghanaian man who failed as a businessman, lied about being a millionaire, and now sets up a fake kingdom in Scotland. Yes, in someone else's country, claiming land that doesn't belong to him. And on the other side, in Ghana, we have Eze Dr. Chukwudi Jude Ihenetu, the respected Igbo leader, who is building businesses, paying taxes, supporting the Ghanaian movie industry, contributing to Ghana's economy. Yet the same Ghanaians are calling for his removal, protesting against Nigerians with accusations they cannot prove. So here's the question. Why do Ghanaians tolerate a failed king in Europe, but fight against a successful Igbo leader in Ghana? Let's break it down. Kofi Ofe, a 36-year-old Ghanaian, now calls himself King Atahene of Kubala. Sounds grand, right? But peel back the crown of sticks and rags he wears in the forests of Scotland, and what do you find? A failed entrepreneur. He once posed as a property magnate, claiming he owned 13 properties and was making £20,000 a month from service departments. He and his partner, Jean Gashaw, bragged online about gold bars, diamond rings worth £200,000, and wads of £30,000 in cash. But the truth? His companies, Northern Bridge Limited, Luke Gold Limited, Black British Entertainment, and Black British Excellence, all dissolved. Every single one, struck off by UK authorities for failing to deliver. And what is he doing now? Camping in a tent in Jedburgh, Scotland, claiming to be a messiah, descended from King David, while rejecting British law and begging for donations online. Think about that. A Ghanaian man in a European country, claiming land that doesn't belong to him, fighting Scottish councils and landowners, and setting himself up as king. Yet you don't hear Ghanaians crying foul. You don't hear protests in Accra about how a Ghanaian is embarrassing the country abroad. Instead, it's silence. Now let's come home to Ghana. Eze Dr. Ihenetu is not a fraud. He is not a failed businessman. He is not hiding in the bush with a crown made of sticks. He is a recognized leader of the Igbo community in Ghana. He has invested in Ghana for over a decade. He built businesses that create jobs for Ghanaians. He pays taxes into Ghana's system, real money that supports roads, schools, and hospitals. He contributes to the entertainment industry, supporting Ghanaian movies, Nollywood collaborations, and cross-border culture. Most importantly, he has never been accused or proven guilty of any crime. And yet, Ghanaians have been protesting for weeks, demanding his removal, accusing Nigerians in Ghana of crime without evidence, using stereotypes instead of facts. Let's put this in plain numbers and logic. In Scotland, a Ghanaian man, failed entrepreneur, living on donations, claiming land, and fighting the law. No protests from Ghana. Silence. In Ghana, a Nigerian leader, paying taxes, building businesses, contributing to the economy. Weeks of protests, accusations, hate. Do you see the hypocrisy? If we follow Ghanaian logic, shouldn't Scotland be demanding that Ghanaians go home? Shouldn't Scotland accuse Ghanaians of crimes? But Scotland hasn't done that. Scotland is handling it legally, through courts, eviction notices, and the rule of law. Meanwhile, in Ghana, without a shred of evidence, Nigerians are being demonized as criminals, while someone like Eze Ihenetu, who actually brings value, is being pushed out. Let me brag with facts. According to Ghana's Ministry of Trade data, Nigerians account for nearly 15% of foreign businesses registered in Ghana. Nigerians in Ghana employ thousands of locals, especially in retail, hospitality, and entertainment. Tax data: Nigerians are among the top African contributors to Ghana's tax revenue. In 2019, before COVID, Nigerians in Ghana contributed an estimated $1.2 billion to Ghana's economy through business, education, and services. Now compare that to Kofi Offe's so-called kingdom. How much has he contributed to Scotland's economy? Zero. He lives off donations. He owes eviction costs. He is in debt to the system. But here's the kicker. Ghanaians defend his right to call himself king abroad, but in Ghana, they attack a successful Igbo leader who is helping their economy grow. Is this hypocrisy or not? Let's not sugarcoat it. What this shows is that many Ghanaians are quick to scapegoat Nigerians for Ghana's own internal problems: unemployment, rising crime, economic hardship, while ignoring the failures of their own citizens. They will not call out Kofi Offei for disgracing Ghana abroad, but they will chant in the streets to kick out a Nigerian leader who is feeding families. It's not about crime. It's about jealousy. It's about fear of Nigerian success in Ghana. Because when Nigerians win, they win big. They dominate business, culture, and influence. And that scares some Ghanaians. So let me ask my viewers, why is it that a failed Ghanaian king in Scotland is tolerated, but a successful Igbo leader in Ghana is rejected? Why do Ghanaians close their eyes to their own scandals abroad, but open their mouths against Nigerians at home? To my Ghanaian brothers and sisters watching this, look in the mirror. If you want fairness, then be fair across the board. If you want Nigerians out of Ghana, then ask why Ghanaians are building fake kingdoms in Scotland. And to my Nigerian brothers and sisters, be proud. Because while others waste time pretending to be kings of sticks and rags, you have real leaders and kings, like Eze Ihenetu, building empires that last. This is AfroSpectrum. We don't whisper, we don't sugarcoat. We expose. If you agree this is hypocrisy, share this video until every Ghanaian sees it. If you disagree, drop your argument in the comments, but come with facts, not stereotypes. Because here, we deal in truth, and the truth will always outshine lies. Until next time, stay bold, stay proud, and never bow to hypocrisy.